Hello, wonderful boys and girls, and welcome to Learning with Avant-garde Books. I'm Cherie Hardy, and I hope you are well. Today's lesson is going to be about peanut butter. How do people make peanut butter? Well, before we get started, I would like for you to make sure you're in a very comfortable place and you're relaxed so that you can learn about how people make peanut butter and the scientist George Washington Carver, who found over 400 ways to use peanuts. Peanuts are good, but peanut butter is better. All peanut butter starts from peanut seeds. A farmer plants the seeds. Soon, little yellow flowers form. Little stems, called pegs, grow into the ground. Each peg ends in a peanut. Farmers dig up the plants. They leave the plants in the sun to dry. Workers use machines to remove the shells, roast the peanuts, and take off the skins. It's time to grind the peanuts. Then the peanut butter is packed into jars. Different companies send their peanut butter to supermarkets. Peanuts are good, but peanut butter is better. One scientist who learned a lot about peanuts was George Washington Carver. To George Washington Carver, peanuts were like paintbrushes. They were tools to express his imagination. Carver was a scientist and an inventor who found hundreds of uses for peanuts. He experimented with legumes to make lotions, flour, soups, dyes, plastics, and gasoline. Carver was born an enslaved person in the 1860s in Missouri. The exact date of his birth is unclear, but some historians believe it was around 1864, just before slavery was abolished in 1865. As a baby, George, his mother, and his sister were kidnapped from the man who enslaved them, Moses Carver. The kidnappers were slave raiders who planned to sell them. Moses Carver found George before he could be sold, but not his mother and sister. George never saw them again. After slavery was abolished, George was raised by Moses Carver and his wife. He worked on their farm and in their garden and became curious about plants, soils, and fertilizers. Neighbors called George the plant doctor because he knew how to nurse sick plants back to life. When he was about 13, he left to attend school and worked hard to get his education. In 1894, he became the first black person to graduate from Iowa State College, where he studied botany and fungal diseases and later earned a master's degree in agriculture. In 1896, Booker T. Washington offered him a teaching position at Tuskegee Institute, a college for African Americans. There, Carver's research with peanuts, sweet potatoes, and soybeans flourished. He made agricultural advancements to help improve the lives of poor black farmers like himself. With the help of his mobile classroom, the Jessup wagon, he brought his lessons to former enslaved farm workers and used showmanship to educate and entertain people about agriculture. On January 5, 1943, Carver died after falling down some stairs, but his contributions to the field of agriculture would not be forgotten. Carver became the first black scientist to be memorialized in a national monument, which was erected near his birthplace, Diamond Grove, Missouri. Boys and girls, that little lesson about George Washington Carver came from National Geographic Kids. Wonderful scholars, thank you for listening, watching, and learning with Avant-garde Books. Don't forget to let us know what you learned today.